It was Christmas of 2024. I was skiing with my dad. I was going up and there's this little cliff that I always jump off of and I've been very comfortable with. I hit the jump and from what my dad said is I landed and then I overcorrected myself and I kind of went on a power slide and my ski got caught on another tree and then it was like a whiplash sort of thing into the other tree. I don't remember much of what happened, but I remember waking up and not being able to breathe and feeling like almost like my shoulder blade was shattered.
I remember my husband calling me and saying that Colin had been in an accident. And then I hear Colin in the background and you hear this, I can't breathe. And he said, look, ski patrol's on their way, head on down to the Denver Health Clinic.
We're trained to deal with anything and everything out on the mountain. Anytime we have an injury and bringing a patient down into the Denver Health Clinic, there is a clear line of communication to our base patroller, and then they're communicating right into the clinic.
I heard a call of a patient who had had a tree strike and had chest injuries and was coming down emergently. And he was hurting so badly. He had some chest wall pain and rib pain.
We were there by his side just as he came back, and I'll never forget Colin looking at me, and the first thing he asked was, am I going to be able to play baseball? You know, he had a scholarship to go play in college, which is a huge deal. And that was his first thought was, will he be able to play baseball? They took him to x-ray and realized that his lung was collapsed. And so that becomes an emergent issue. So if he can't breathe, what are we going to do? I knew that they had wanted to fly him down, but because the weather was so bad, they couldn't fly him. So he was going to have to go via ambulance. But they also wanted to make sure he was appropriately stabilized. And having the ability to do that right at the bottom of the mountain is huge. I mean, he's a critical patient, so that is a clinic that's set up to deal with true emergencies.
And that's the beautiful thing about being in an ER like we are. We have the medications, we have the doctors, we have the splinting, we have everything we need to help them.
We have gone the extra mile to get level 5 trauma designation. We don't change our expectations of excellent care, no matter if you are a visitor or if you're a longtime community member. Every person who walks through our door matters, and we want them to feel like they're being cared for in the best way possible.
When I found out we were coming to Denver Health, I was super reassured, and I was a lot calmer knowing that this was a space that we were coming to.
I believe it was the last ambulance in the area and they got me there and they got me safe. I feel so fortunate, I'm so blessed that was available and that there was people there on Christmas Day when they want to be with their families and helping me out.
When he went into the operating room, he had 2 big lung lacerations. His chest was filled with blood. They had to actually cut a little chunk of lung away to be able to appropriately sew up one of his lung lacerations. They pulled a liter of blood out of his chest cavity.
And honestly, it probably took me about a month to be fully okay and able to swing a bat again, and I don't think any of that was possible without what everyone here did for me. The care here is top tier. They make it as easy as possible for something that's so hard. They saved my life.